I am Charlie Munger. I left your world in November of 2023. I was 99 years old. I missed my 100th birthday by a matter of weeks. Some people called that a tragedy. I called it a statistical rounding error. But here is the thing about death. It stops the heart, but it does not stop the math. The laws of physics do not change just because the physicist dies. And the laws of wealth, the brutal, unforgiving, ironclad laws of compounding and scarcity, do not change just because I am no longer sitting in a wheelchair on a stage in Omaha. I am speaking to you now not as a man, but as a collection of principles that survived the Great Depression, World War II, the 1970s stagflation, the dot-com bubble, and the 2008 housing collapse. I have seen every way a human being can destroy their financial life. I have watched geniuses go broke. I have watched high IQ men ruin their families because they could not control their emotions. And now, looking at the year 2026, looking at you, I see the exact same patterns of stupidity playing out all over again. It is a lollapalooza of incompetence. You are walking into a buzzsaw. The economy of 2026 is not the economy of 2021. The free money is gone. The easy jobs are disappearing. The safety nets are burning. And you are distracted. You are scrolling. You are buying things you do not need with money you do not have to impress people who do not care if you live or die. You want to know how to survive 2026. You want the secret. There is no secret. There is only rationality. And right now, you are irrational. I am going to tell you a story nobody talks about because it doesn't fit the narrative of the billionaire genius. The year was 1953. I was not a billionaire. I was not a millionaire. I was 30 years old. I was divorced. I was broke. I was living in a bachelor officer's quarters because I couldn't afford a house. I drove a yellow Pontiac that looked like a lemon on wheels, and my son, my 9-year-old son Teddy, he was dying. Leukemia. In those days, there was no health insurance that covered it. There was no cure. I paid for everything out of pocket until my pockets were empty. I watched him fade away day by day. I would go to the hospital, hold his hands, and then I would walk the streets of Pasadena crying because I knew the math. I knew the probabilities. I knew he was going to die, and I knew I was going to be left with nothing. And he did die. I lost my marriage. I lost my money. I lost my son. I was at zero. Actually, I was below zero. I was in the negative. I was at rock bottoms, looking up at a world that didn't give a damn about my suffering. So do not come to me and say, Charlie, it's too hard. Do not tell me the economy is unfair. Do not tell me you are too old or too young or too tired. I have been to hell and I walked back out. I clawed my way out, not with luck, not with a lottery ticket, not with some cryptocurrency rat poison. I walked out using a plan, a specific, boring, disciplined application of rationality over a long period of time. And if you are broke in 2026, if you are scared, if you are staring at a bank account that says zero, I am going to give you that plan right now. But I am warning you. This is not motivational speaking. I hate that word. Motivation is fragile. Motivation leaves you when you are hungry. I am going to give you discipline. I am going to give you a mental model for survival. So we're going to break your 2026 into 4 quarters. 12 months to save your own life. Phase 1, the great inversion. January, February, and March. In algebra, there is a principle I love called inversion. Jacobi said it best. Invert, always invert. If you want to solve a problem, don't try to find the solutions. Turn the problem upside down. If you want to help India, the question is not, how can I help India? The question is, what is hurting India the most, and how do I stop that? If you want to be rich in 2026, don't ask, how do I make $1 million? Ask, what is keeping me poor? And then eliminate it with extreme prejudice. In January, February, and March, your only goal is to stop being stupid. You are currently bleeding to death financially. You are bleeding from 1,000 tiny cuts. Let's look at your car. The American obsession with the automobile is the single greatest destroyer of middle-class wealth I have ever seen. You make $50,000 a year, and you drive a $40,000 car. You are paying interest on a depreciating asset. It is madness. It is financial suicide. If I were in your shoes, starting January 1st, I would sell the car. I don't care if you love it. I don't care if it defines your personality. Sell it. Get rid of the payment. Get rid of the insurance premium. Buy a rusted bucket of bolts that gets you from point A to point B, or walk. Or take the bus. But Charlie, people will laugh at me. Let them laugh. You are building a fortress. They are digging a grave. Who cares what the other lemmings think as they run off the cliff? Next, your housing. You are living in a place you cannot afford to impress friends who are secretly hoping you fail. If your rent is more than 20% of your take-home pay, you are wrong. Move. Move to a smaller apartment. Move to a worse neighborhood. Move back in with your parents. Swallow your pride. Pride is expensive. Humility is profitable. For these first 3 months, you are on a spending freeze, a total lockout. No new clothes. No restaurants, no coffee shops, no subscriptions. Netflix, cancel it. Spotify, cancel it. Amazon Prime, cancel it. You are going to sit in your room. You are going to eat rice and beans. You are going to drink tap water. And you are going to feel pain. This pain is good. This pain is the withdrawal symptom of your addiction to consumerism. You have been drugged by marketing. You have been hypnotized into thinking that spending money creates happiness. It does not. It creates slavery. By the end of March, if you follow this brutal inversion, you will notice something. The bleeding has stopped. You will have a surplus. Maybe it is only $1,000. Maybe it is $3,000. It doesn't matter. That money is your seed corn. Do not eat the seed corns. You are going to take that money and put it in a separate account. You will name this account the Go to Hell Fund. This is a very technical financial term. It means that when your boss tells you to do something unethical or treats you like a dog, you have enough money to look him in the eye and say, go to hell. That is freedom. That is the first step, phase 2. The acquisition of competence. April, May, and June, now that you have stopped the bleeding, we move to the second mental model, the circle of competence. Why are you poor? I will tell you why. You are poor because you do not have rare and valuable skills. That is it. The market is efficient. It pays you exactly what you are worth. If you are being paid $15 an hour, it is because you have $15 an hour skills. You want to make more money? Don't ask for a raise. Become more valuable. In April, May, and June, you are going to work harder than you have ever worked in your life. So you are going to enter what I call the grind. You have a job, keep it. Now go get a second one. But Charlie, I need work-life balance. No, you are broke. You do not deserve work-life balance. You deserve work. I worked in my grandfather's grocery store for pennies. I worked in the heat. I lifted heavy boxes. I learned the dignity of labor. For these 3 months, I want you working 80 hours a week. Yes, 80. It's 40 hours at your main job, 40 hours at a side job over DoorDash, bartending, manual labor. I don't care what it is. You are converting your time into capital. You are buying your freedom 1 hour at a time. But you are not just working for money. You are working for education. While you are grinding, you must be learning. My partner Warren and I, we read. We read 500 pages a day. We are learning machines. We go to bed every night a little wiser than we were when we woke up. You watch TikTok. You watch mindless videos. You poison your brain with dopamine loops. Stop it. In phase 2, you are going to pick a skill. A hard skill, accounting, coding, sales, copywriting, engineering, something that is difficult, something that is boring. If it is fun, it is probably not profitable. If it is hard, if it makes your brain hurt, that is where the money is. Spend your nights studying. Spend your weekends practicing. Become fluent in the language of money. Do you know how to read a balance sheet? Do you know the difference between an asset and a liability? Do you understand cash flow? If you don't, you are illiterate. In the modern world, financial illiteracy is just as dangerous as not being able to read words. By the end of June, you will be exhausted. Good. You will have bags under your eyes. Good. But look at your bank account. The Go to Hell Fund has grown. You have $5,000, maybe $10,000. You are no longer a slave. You are a person with options. The feeling of desperation is fading. The feeling of control is beginning. Phase 3. The art of sitting on your ass. July, August, and September. Now comes the hardest part. The part where most people fail. You have some money. You have some skills. And now you are going to get cocky. You are going to hear stories. You are going to hear about your cousin who made 50 grand on a meme coin. You are going to hear about a hot stock tip on Reddit. You are going to see housing prices moving and think, I need to buy now or I'll miss out. This is the Lollapalooza effect. It is when jealousy, social proofs, and fear of missing out all combine to make you do something incredibly stupid. In July, August, and September, your job is to do absolutely nothing. I call this assiduity. It means sitting on your ass. Investing is not about activity. It is about patience. It is about waiting for the fat pitch. In baseball, you can stand at the plate and let the pitcher throw ball after ball. You don't have to swing. There are no called strikes in investing. You can wait for a year. You can wait for 2 years. You are waiting for the perfect opportunity. The opportunity where the odds are so heavily in your favor that you cannot lose. But you people, you have to swing at everything. You buy at the top because your neighbor bought. You sell at the bottom because you are scared. You are emotional yo-yos. In phase 3, you freeze. You keep working. You keep saving. You keep living like a monk. But you do not invest yet. You watch the markets. You study businesses. You make a list of great companies you would love to own. Companies with a moat, a protective ditch around them that protects them from competitors. Costco, Coca-Cola, Apple. You study them. You learn their value. And you wait for the price to drop, because it will drop. Markets are manic depressive. Mr. Market is a bipolar drunk. Some days he is happy and wants to sell you his business for $1 billion. Some days he is depressed and will sell it to you for pennies. You are waiting for his depression. While you wait, you protect your capital. Rule number 1 of investing: never lose money. Rule number 2: never forget rule number 1. If you put your hard-earned savings into a risky gamble in August because you were bored, you have violated the Munger protocol. You have been stupid. Don't be stupid. Be patient. Phase 4, the final tests. October, November, and December. You have made it 9 months. You have transformed your life. You have cash. You have skills. You have discipline. And now the world is going to try to break you one last time. The holidays. The entire global economy is designed to extract money from you in the fourth quarter. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's Eve. They will play on your emotions. They will tell you that if you love your family, you will buy them expensive plastic junk. They will tell you that you deserve a reward for your hard works. Treat yourself. This is a trap. If you blow your savings in December on gifts and parties, you have failed. You have run a marathon only to shoot yourself in the foot at the finish line. I want you to be the Grinch. I want you to sit your family down. I want you to look them in the eye. And I want you to tell them the truth. I cannot buy you gifts this year. I am buying us a future. If they love you, they will understand. If they don't understand, they don't love you. They love your money. And that is a lesson worth learning. In these final months, instead of spending, you prepare for year 2. Year 1 was defense. Year 1 was survival. Year 1 was digging yourself out of the hole. Year 2 is offense. By December 31st, 2026, you will be standing on a foundation of concrete. You will have 0 consumer debt. You will have 3 to 6 months of expenses in cash. You will have a skill set that commands a higher wage. And most importantly, you will have broken the psychological chains of consumerism. You will realize that you don't need the new iPhone to be happy. You don't need the Gucci belt to be respected. You will have dignity. And that is when the magic of compounding begins. The first $100,000 is a bitch. It is brutal. It takes years of sacrifice. It feels like you are pushing a boulder up a hill. But once you have that capital, the money starts to work for you. The boulder starts to roll down the other side. Eventually, your money makes more money while you sleep than you can make while you are awake. That is the destination. That is what I want for you. But you have to survive 2026 first. Now, I know what you are thinking. Charlie, this is too extreme. Can't I just save 10%? No, you are in a crisis. When the ship is sinking, you don't bail out the water with a teaspoon. You use a bucket. And you bail until your arms fall off. You have been living in a fantasy world, a world of easy credit and low interest rates. That world is dead. It died with me. The new world is hard. It is competitive. It rewards the disciplined and it punishes the soft. Don't be soft. I lived to be 99 years old. Do you know what my biggest regret was? It wasn't that I didn't buy enough things. It wasn't that I didn't drive a faster car. My regrets were the few times I was not rational, the times I let emotion dictate my actions. You have a chance right now, sitting there in 2026, to change the trajectory of your entire bloodline. You can be the person who stopped the cycle of poverty in your family. You can be the ancestor your great-grandchildren talk about, the one who started it all. Or you can be another statistics, another consumer who bought things they didn't need to fill a void that could never be filled. The choice is yours. But remember the math. The math does not care about your feelings. The math only cares about your actions. Start today. Go to your driveway. Look at your car. Is it an asset or a liability? Look at your bank statements. Is it a fortress or a sieve? Look at your mirror. Are you an investor or a victim? Invert. Always invert. Don't try to be brilliant. Just stop being stupid. I'm Charlie Munger. And if you listen to this, really listen to this, I won't have to wish you luck, because you won't need it. Now get to work.